A bit of color
no,
in
I'm
those cheeks.
fine. I'm fine.
Hey, huh?
Hi, Carolyn.
How'd things go with Dr. Samuels?
Oh, very well. I think it was very informative. Don't you, Dana?
Yeah, she sure answered all my questions.
So, Dana, have you decided yet about being our surrogate?
Well, now that I know more about it, there's a lot I need to think about.
Okay, well, if you'd like, Dana, we can go back to the center now, and I can answer any questions that you have.
Oh, thanks. But this would be 9 months out of my life, so I really need to think about it on my own. I'm gonna head back there now.
Okay, well, we can go together. Franny, Daryl and I were hoping you'd have lunch with us.
Well, Dana, I'm sorry. It looks like I'm outnumbered. I'll see you later, okay?
Dana, if there's anything else that you would like to talk to Daryl and I about, please feel free to call at any time.
Thanks. You've both been really nice. I'll see you.
Okay.
Okay, Dana.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well.
I think she's going to do it.
I hope so, Carolyn.
If she does, I don't know how we can ever repay you, Franny.
You know, I was telling Franny that same thing just before you came in.
But you tell Dr. Stewart, just leave her number and I'll call her back, okay?
Margot, that's not necessary. I'm sure she just wants to congratulate you.
All right, well, put it through.
Please put Susan Stewart through.
Hey, Susan, how are you?
More to the point, how are you? John just told me the good news. Congratulations, and to the proud papa.
Oh, thanks. We're thrilled. So did John tell you what we named the baby?
No, he said that you were the one who was going to tell me. What is it?
It's Casey. Casey Robert Hughes.
That's a wonderful name. He's got a lot to live up to.
Yeah, he does. I want to make sure he knows everything about his namesake.
Well, I'm going to let you go. You must be really tired with all those people coming in and out.
Susan, are you all right?
Oh, hey. Barkley, I'm up here. You got it? What happened to you?
Oh, it's brotherly love from Stephen and Jay.
Yeah, it looks familiar, but why would they attack you?
Well, for telling the truth. Or trying to.
Yeah, well, I guess they were shocked when you told them about what Henry did to Angel.
Well, they didn't believe me, and Dad is still covering his tracks.
What are you talking about?
Well, the police found a letter that Dad wrote to Stephen and Jay the day he died. Apparently, he was terrified about the truth coming out, so this letter was a last-ditch effort to try and keep them from believing me. Well, the sad part is that it worked. They refused to believe that Dad ever abused Angel, and when I told them that the baby she aborted was his, well, then they came after me.
Well, I'm sorry, man. But you've got to keep after them until they realize the truth.
Look, that's not gonna work. Dad saw to that. I come up here to tell you that I really respect the way that you're trying to protect Angel. But even with all the Holdens looking, we still haven't found any trace of her, and maybe we never will. I think it's time that you start to think of yourself. I want you to go to your lawyer and tell her everything that you know. And then she can go to the DA and show them why Dad turned the gun on himself.
I have a long list of repairs that this convent needs.
Well, the factory will be closed. I'll have plenty of time.
Oh, Angel, I didn't realize you were still here, dear.
I was waiting to talk to you, Reverend Mother, but I can see that you're busy. Perhaps we could talk another time.
All right, of course.
Angel, I'd like you to meet my brother, Virgil Cartwright. Virgil, this is Angel Lang. She's going to be staying with us for a few days.
Me and Miss Angel know each other already. I worked for her daddy. Condolence on your loss. I had so much respect for your daddy. Everyone down here at the plant felt that way. In fact, they'll be closing the factory during his funeral service.
Thank you, Mr. Cartwright. If y'all would excuse me.
I didn't know that Angel's father was dead.
God rest his soul. Well, Virgil, we've missed seeing you around the convent.
I've been real busy, Mother. I didn't mean to let you down. If you have any work that needs being done, I'm available now.
Oh, Virgil, I have a long list of repairs that'll keep you busy. And now, Virgil, don't you want to catch up on things with your sister, Virgil?
Oh, Virgil, I was so relieved that you called. I'm so worried about you.
Hey, come on. You can see I'm okay.
Outwardly, yes, but I'm concerned about the inner man. What's troubling you, Virgil? I know that you've been taking mysterious trips, you bought a new car, but if you're taking so much time off from work, how can you afford a new car?
Well, I've been doing odd jobs up north for Mr. Lang. He gave me a real generous bonus. Of course, there won't be any more jobs like that since Mr. Lang got struck down in cold blood.
Cold blood? What are you saying? Didn't he die a natural death?
Hell no. Excuse the language. He was murdered. Struck down in his prime. He was a good man who lived for his children, and I want to see his killer get what he deserves.
I appreciate what you're saying, Barkley, but I'm not going to unload Jess until we find Angel. She says it's okay to let the truth out.
I appreciate that, but what if we never find him?
I know, Barkley. I know. But the flip side of this is if we tell Jess the truth and it comes out in public, like in a newspaper or something, and Angel reads it, it could send her over the edge. Now, we can't take that chance. Now, you have to promise me that you won't tell anyone what we know about the baby.
I promise. I won't. But I want you to reconsider about telling Jessica everything that you know.
Hey, anybody up here?
Cal.
How's it going, boys?
What are you doing here?
Oh, I was just on my way to a casting session over to M&A, and I thought I'd stop by and see how you're healing up, son. Let me look at this.
I'm fine.
What do you think? Oh, for crying out loud. You too?
Yeah, well, Jay and Stephen right again.
I'll tell you, sounds to me like those Lang boys need to have their plow cleaned for. No offense.
None taken, I agree.
Any news on your sister?
No, nothing yet. I was just gonna go to the house and see if I could call Holden. Look, I'll see you guys later.
Watch your step, Barkley.
Well, now, you about ready to come clean with what you've been hiding from Jess Griffin and everybody else?
What makes you think I'm hiding something?
I don't need a crystal ball to know that whatever is eating at you is what drove you to go after Henry Lang with a gun.
Look, Cal, don't worry, all right? I got the best lawyer.
The best lawyer is helpless without the facts, son. And why won't you let her introduce Henry's abuse of his daughter into the record?
She can't. I have to protect Angel.
Well, sacrificing yourself sure isn't the way to protect her.
Cal, Angel has been abused most of her life. Not just by Henry, but by me and Holden, too. I know it's different, but it's the same, too. I mean, we did use her. It's normal for her to be mistreated. It's all she's known. I can't just let that go on, can I? I've got to find a way to try to help her trust again. And I will, damn it. I will.
All right, give my best to Emily. Bye.
Who was that?
Susan?
Ah, that's why I sense a little tension between Dad and Kim out in the hall.
What flowers, you dog. You didn't have to do that.
Oh, yes, I did. It's been 3 or 4 hours since I've seen you, and I just wanted you to know that I've been missing you.
You working hard on the Lang case?
You know, I am, and I'm not even going to talk about it because I don't want you leaping out of bed and going out on an investigation all by yourself.
Trust me, I'm not going to be leaping anywhere the way I feel. But I don't think you should be so quick to convict him. There's still a lot that doesn't set right about this case. And, Hal called earlier. He congratulated us on the baby, as Paul told him about it. Unhappily, Barbara was here, and he wouldn't talk to her.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, company?
Yeah, I was just telling Tom that Barbara was here earlier.
Oh, I think you and Barbara have two of the most beautiful babies I've ever seen.
Mom, I could tell something's wrong with him as soon as you walked out of Margot's room. What's up?
Oh, yeah. Well, Susan called while we were both in there.
You know what? I have a phone call to make. I'm going to be right back.
Why did you leave when Margot was talking to Susan?
Oh, you just seem so concerned about Susan. So, how is she?
I didn't wait to find out. You know, I'd be lying if I denied that I am concerned about Susan. But my deep concern is for you. Now, doesn't that prove that I've made my choice?
It also proves that you have feelings for Susan that are still there between us.
The folks at Strico feel the same way about planet Earth that you and your neighbors do. It's our home. The only one we've got. And we want to take very good care of it.
That was great.
Hey, it's easy to read such good copy.
Well, I'm sure Ellie's glad to hear that. I mean, she wrote it.
Not only beautiful, but talented, too, huh? You've got a hell of a team working for you, Mr. Strickland.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that.
Well, we have a few more people that we have to see from New York that may be coming in for the show, but you did a great job, and, well, we'll just...
Yeah, we'll give you a call. Thanks for coming in from L.A.
It's been a first-class trip all the way. And the Lakeview's a great hotel. Remember that Fox, what's her name? Emily Stewart I met with you, Paul. Does she still work for M&A?
Actually, Emily is out on the coast. Now, do you have any more questions? Can we do anything else?
Yes, I'd like to know a little bit more about Strico. I
Oh.
think it'll help a lot if I get the job.
Oh, all right, then come on, Cliff. I'll tell you all about our company and the policies we're promoting in this industry.
Join you. We can use my office.
I hope I have another chance to talk to you, Miss Snyder.
Oh, well, I'll be here. Thank you very much, Cliff. So what do you think? I mean, what do you really think?
Well, so far he's the best of the bunch, but I can't keep my mind on this. I keep thinking about Caleb.
Yeah, I know.
Hi. Oh, hey, Jess.
Hey, Jessica.
Listen, let me put your mind at rest. You just send Caleb's legal bills to me.
Oh, don't worry about it, Cal. I'm not. I am worried about Caleb not telling me everything. I just have this feeling that...
Yeah, I know. I saw him with Barkley. They seem to be sharing some kind of big secret. Listen, I've got errands to run. I'll see y'all later.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Well, I thought I'd hand-deliver these contracts. I drew up
that was
for your spokesperson.
That was very nice of you.
Look them over and make sure they're okay.
Okay, thanks. What's up?
Well, the real reason I came over is to ask you to use your influence on Caleb. I know how close you guys have been, and I feel like I'm hitting my head up against the wall here. Would you convince him to allow the information about Henry's abuse of Angel into the record?
Oh, this is great. So this is...
Military police on the scene where a Scud missile hit.
I felt sure I would find you here.
Yes, I used to come here often.
I remember. Whew. I'd find you studying away. You always spent far too much time alone.
Oh, but I was never lonely. I loved being at school here. That's the most peaceful time in my whole life. And then my daddy came and took me back to Chicago.
Well, that was all a long time ago. We must try not to dwell in the past. Now, Angel, I don't mean to pry, dear, but I'm really very disturbed about that phone call Sister Dominic took from your husband. She said he was very worried about you.
But he mustn't know that I'm here.
Child, are you afraid? Is that why you're hiding from him?
Oh, no, Mother, it's not that. He's been very good to me. Though he doesn't really love me.
Angel, I would never presume to advise you, but I really think that you should call him. Now, you don't have to tell him where you are. Just let him know that you're safe.
Maybe you're right. I'll think about it.
Child, you're living in some kind of fear. Is there anything I can do to help you find peace?
Oh, I don't think so, Mother. I wish that there were, but... You see, someone is depending on me. Someone who's suffering a very great injustice, and if I try to help him, it will cost me dearly. I don't mean money. It will cost me everything that I am in the eyes of the world. I don't know what to do.
I can see this weighs heavily on you. The only advice that I truly can give you is to pray for guidance. And I'm sure that our Lord will hear your prayer.
Thank you, Mother, I will.
Going to leave you now.
Angel, may God grant you peace.
Please help me. I know Caleb needs me, but I'm afraid. How can I face the world if the truth comes out? Please help me. Help me find the courage to do what I know I have to.
Hey, Miss Lang, I didn't mean to scare you.
What do you want from me?
Only a talk. To tell you how bad I feel about your daddy and to let you know that I didn't mean you any harm. I was only doing what your daddy asked me to. He was real worried about you, Miss Lang. I hope you won't tell anybody about that day in the barn.
That depends. If you won't tell anyone that I'm here.
Aren't you going to Chicago tomorrow for the funeral? It's your daddy's.
No, I'm not going.
But what about Jay and Stephen? Surely you want them to know you're here, they're your
I
brothers.
said no, and if you breathe a word to anyone that I'm here, I'll tell Mother Monica and Sister Dominic what you tried to do to me that day.
That's what you want. At least you're away from that damn Snyder clan. Your daddy told me how they were trying to poison your mind against him.
That's a lie. The Snyders are good people. It was my father who... He was confused about a lot of things.
Yeah, well, I know one Snyder who's not good people. The punk who killed your daddy. I was talking to Jay and Stephen. They said the DA figured that Caleb Snyder's set for life in prison, or worse.
We are humble emissaries from cafeteria, bearing gourmet desserts for little mother.
No, I'm trying to get my shape back. Where's the chocolate sauce? So you're down at the cafeteria sampling some of that gourmet food Lucinda's chef dishes out?
Well, I hardly noticed the food. We were so busy talking about the meeting that I had with Dana and Dr. Samuels.
Well, can't blame you for that.
How did you get in here?
Well, a pleasant hello to you, too. A girl named Renee let me up.
Well, obviously, I didn't expect you. What are you doing here?
I called M&A, and they said you took the rest of the afternoon off. Met Renee downstairs. She showed me where you...
Now, what, the cellar?
I guess that's really it, yeah, the cellar.
Yeah.
Good. Are you free for dinner tonight, Ellie?
Me? Oh. Kirk! This is my fiance, Kirk Anderson.
Oh.
Hi, honey.
Hello?
Sorry,
How are you?
I didn't know she was taken.
Yeah, this is kind of hard to spot, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I better be on my way.
Yeah, I'll show you out, man.
Bye.
Don't tell me. A potential Strictco robo-stud.
Oh, baby cakes, you're the only robo-stud for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Prove it.
You're weird. You're so weird.
How about some coffee?
Coffee, yeah, if you want to have it here. Ted's out with a client, and Lily's trying to get leads.
They still coming up empty?
No, they are. They're coming up empty. I don't know what to do. Excuse me. M&A, Ellie Snyder. Susan, hi. Yeah, hold on. Let me get him. Paul, it's Susan Stewart. So how are you?
Fine.
Good.
Fine.
Good. Well, we'll go to my office.
Okay.
I'll see you guys
Don't
later.
disturb us.
Susan, how you doing?
Well, not so good. I'm very worried about Emily. She's really very confused, you know. She feels very guilt-ridden about hurting you, and on the other hand, she's getting in deeper with Kruger.
Look, you know, Susan, I'm sorry to hear that, but, it's not my problem anymore.
I know, but the thing that scares me is how much Kruger is like James. He's very manipulative, very controlling.
Susan, it's not my problem anymore.
If there was only some way that I could convince Emily to come back to Oakdale. She's very vulnerable right now, and Gavin is taking advantage.
Oh, give me a break. Emily knows what kind of man he is. He's not taking advantage. She made the choice. So anyway, has Emily heard from Julie again?
No, and John told me about what happened with Caleb. I hope Julie does call so we can tell her what's happening.
Yeah, well, if ever Caleb needed Julie's love and support, it's right now.
Speaking of love and support, I know you say you're over Emily, but I hope you know that she is not over you. And I think that if you could really forgive her and fly out here, she would come back to you.
I'm glad you both could come. I hope you'll help me convince Caleb not to sacrifice himself for Angel.
I've tried. I told him the same thing 2 hours ago.
Look, we are going to find Angel long before there's a trial.
And what if she's still opposed to the sexual abuse coming out? What
All
then?
I can do is hope that she changes her mind, but until then, I'm going to keep my promise.
I see. All right, let me make this perfectly clear. Lucinda's statement makes it look like your actions were premeditated. Henry's lawyer, Victor Symington, is going to testify that Henry feared for his life because of your threats. And then there's Henry's letter to Stephen and Jay as evidence that you were out to get him. Do you hear me? Now, I was hoping Barkley could counteract some of that.
You mean put me on the stand?
Jessica, hold on now. I don't want Barkley or Holden on the stand.
Are you crazy? I need Holden.
No, Jessica. No.
All right. Then all we have are character witnesses. Look, Caleb, let me take the sexual abuse information to Tom in strictest confidence. It'll show that Henry had a reason to turn the gun on himself for fear that the truth would come out. Now, Tom may drop the case, or he may reduce the murder one charge to a lesser charge. What do you say?
Heard from her yet, whether she's accepted or not, but even if she does, Margot, I'm not sure that we should go ahead with this pregnancy.
But why?
I haven't said this to anyone before, but just before Christmas, I talked to Daryl about getting a divorce.
What? Why? A divorce, why?
I felt that Daryl was missing out on the kind of life that he should have, the kind of life that we used to have. Before the accident, we were so terrific together. There was an excitement and a spontaneity that I had never experienced before. We were so close.
Carolyn, he adores you. He doesn't want a divorce.
We still love each other. I know that, but it's not the same. The problem is, I know him so well. I know what his needs are. And I feel that he's being cheated out of a normal life. And I'm afraid that deep down, that's what Daryl feels too.
Hi, darling.
Hi.
Well, I just had the nicest visit with Iva.
Talking about last night's taping.
Oh, good. So where have you been?
Oh, I just had some coffee with Larry and wanted to say goodbye to Margot before I headed off to work.
Oh, okay.
So, did you get a chance to talk to Daddy about Susan's call?
Oh, a bit. He just... You know, he swears he's made his choice, but he obviously is still very concerned about Susan.
I think that's pretty normal, Mom. Look, I really think that you need to give his feelings for Susan a time to just kind of diminish naturally. I mean, they have broken ties now, and it's just a matter of time before the attraction that they felt is gone. I mean,
I wonder if your father would have acted on that attraction even if I hadn't spent so much time worrying about Andy.
Well, I can certainly understand why you were so concerned with Andy's problems, Mom, but...
But what?
Okay. Maybe you thought that your marriage was so perfect that you took it for granted. Just always assumed that Daddy would be there, and so when these circumstances created...
Circumstances. God, that's everybody's favorite word.
Well, Mom, come on, it's true. Your marriage was pretty near perfect. And there is no relationship that anybody should ever take for granted.
Well, I didn't think that I was.
Mom, come on, and we both know. You can be attracted to somebody for all the wrong reasons, despite what your better judgment tells you.
Being attracted to somebody and acting on it are two different things.
I know that this has been really painful for you. And I'm not sure what I would do in the same position. But I do know that the longer Daddy stays away by himself, Mom, the more vulnerable he is going to be to attractions. You think I should ask him to come back? Just to keep him from turning back to Susan again? No. I think you should ask him to come back because he needs your love, Mom. And the best way that he can get over his feelings for Susan is to be with you again.
I feel by cutting Susan off, I'm treating her the same way that John Dixon did.
John Dixon practically lived with her for 4 months, Dad. You spent one night with her.
That's true. But we've shared a lot. I helped her through a very difficult time. Now I'm turning my back on that friendship. Now you seem to accept Margot's friendship with Hal. Kim wants me to stop my friendship with Susan just like that. I care what happens to Susan.
You know what, Dad? It sounds like we're talking about something a little deeper here than a one-night stand.
If it were just a one-night stand, I wouldn't feel this way.
Okay, then forget about Kim for the moment. Think about what you're doing to your friend, Susan. Perhaps what John did was a little more compassionate, a little more understanding. He made a choice. She realized there was no hope, and she had to get over her feelings. If you care about your friend, Susan, let her go.
I've told Susan since the beginning, my life is with Kim.
Well, I think you're sending them both mixed signals. Then if it's Kim that you want, let her know that and cut Susan loose.
Just talking about babies, you never know. If all goes well, we might be turning to Tom and Margot for some advice.
Honey, I don't want you to get too upset if Dana turns us down. And just remember that I love you. Somehow, we're gonna work it out. We're gonna have a baby of our very own. Hey, Fred.
Hi. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, did you, get to the center and talk to Dana?
No, but she did call me at the hospital with her decision. She wants to go ahead with it.
I only want you to be happy. I think I should move out of town, or we should avoid seeing each other.
Then I'd be treating you the same way that John Dixon did. It also says that I'm ashamed of what happened between us.
Aren't you?
No, I'm not. And I don't want you to be.
Earth to Bob.
Hi.
Hi. I thought I'd stop and say goodbye before I go back to the studio.
Well, I'm glad, because I've been thinking, and there's something I want to say.
Okay. I'm listening.
I don't know what else I can do to prove to you that want a life with you. If we keep going the way we're going now, we'll never get back to what we had. So I believe it's time for me to come back home. And come back to our bedroom. And it's time that we try to make this marriage work before it really is too late.
No, Jessica, no deals. Not with the DA. I don't want you telling anyone about Henry's abuse of Angel.
Caleb, you are tying my hands. How can I defend you if you won't... Yes. Put him through. It's Tom Hughes. Yes, Tom.
I wanted you to know as soon as I heard Caleb's case is on the court calendar for the second week of March.
Thanks for your consideration. I'll be in touch. The trial is set for the second week in March.
Please, dear God. If there's some way to help Caleb without telling the truth about my father, please show me the way. Please, I just don't have the strength